welcome or welcome back to yet another video. And today I'm going to talk about books I didn't really like, I think. More specifically, series that I dnf'd, or a series that I dnf'd for now. So I have a few of them, so I'm just going to get started. Many of them are fantasy, I think. Okay, not that many, but a few fantasies, romance, and yeah. Okay, so the first series I dnf'd is the Kindred's Curse series, saga, whatever. I think the first book was Spark of the Everflame, and many people were saying that, oh yeah, it's so good. Oh yeah, you're going to like it if you've liked Throne of Glass. The thing is, I absolutely love Throne of Glass, and I have these pretty editions, like hardcover editions, so I was really hyped for Spark of the Everflame. So I started the first book in January this year and finished it, but it was, I wouldn't say hate read. It wasn't a hate read, it was a dislike read. It got worse the more I've read. Like, it was amazing. I had such a horrible time, actually. I am really happy for the people who liked this book, because I had such high expectations, yet I was kind of disappointed. In the beginning, I was kind of intrigued and was, I don't know, happy to see where this is going. And somewhere along the line, this book totally lost me. The romance, nah. The romance and everything around it, I did not buy a single thing of the romance, because for me, the way I've read it, they, I don't know, interacted like 2 times, and then the dude was like, oh yeah, let me die with your taste on my lips, and I was like, ew, hold up, no, that was enough for me. I didn't like it. And even the fantasy aspect, it wasn't all that exciting for me personally. Like, I think I know where this is going, and it isn't necessarily a bad idea or bad plot, but I just don't think it's for me. The writing was quite bingeable, but I just didn't care for the characters, I didn't care for the story, I didn't care for anything. The romance was bad in my opinion. It really wasn't for me. So what can I say? Other than I tried my hardest to actually finish the book, and I did. But I will not continue this series. And okay, where is it? I thought I don't have a lot of the books. Okay. So the next series, I wouldn't exactly say it's a series. I think it's well, it is basically a series, like the author wrote other books, but the same character. So it's a series. Me Before You. I honestly thought this was a standalone back a few years ago when I've read it. I have no idea when I finished this book, but I know it's been a few years and I don't know if I'm ever going to reread it because it's pain and more pain. Like the movie destroyed me as well, so yeah. It was a 5-star for me, so I did really like it, but I actually have no desire to continue the series. I'm fine with having it as a standalone and just having this story as it is. Like, I know that the story continues with Lou, and I think that she's going to find a happy ending. But I think the way this book was written and the way I felt while reading this book, I think for me it doesn't have to be a series, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. Like, I finished this book and it's a 5-star for me, and I really don't know if the other books would be for me. I actually tried a second book in this series some day. I have no idea when I've tried it. After finishing this book, I don't know, like a few months later, I tried the second one and I don't know, read like 5 pages and DNF'd it, so it just isn't for me. I don't need a sequel and I'm fine with that. Yeah, okay, so that were the first 2 series that I DNF'd, so great for me. Now, a series that I have no idea how to describe, like The Selection by Kiera Cass, and it's a series that I actually quite enjoy. Like the first 3 books I enjoyed, and the novella collection, I've read that and enjoyed it too. I think The Selection is so messy and so intriguing and so funny and so angsty and making me want to punch people as well. Like the second book, oh my god, the second book. Last year I reread book 1 and book 2 of The Selection, and I think the first book is always going to be a book that I'm going to like. It's such an OG booktube book as well. Like, I really like the idea behind it, and I quite like the characters as well. Like, I love Maxon, I like America, and I like them together. But the second book really, I have no idea how to describe that book because it was so maddening, and I just wanted to so at some times I thought I have anger issues because of that book. It's really insane. After the reread of The Elite, I thought, okay, am I going to continue rereading? I didn't. I did not end up rereading the one. I kind of want to someday, but I would have to read The Selection and then The Elite again, and I don't want to reread The Elite again. Like the pretty parts, the cute parts, yes, but not the other parts, because I have so much rage whenever I think about this book. Ugh. And yeah, the thing is, I like the original trilogy. All in all, it's nice. It's a classic. Somehow it's just a good time, honestly. A good time when I ignore the second book. I think I never really cared for the last two books, like the daughter of the two characters. Didn't care at all. I tried to read it back then as well. I don't know, I've read about 50 pages or so and dnf'd and I was done with it. It just didn't hit the same, and that's okay. It doesn't have to take away the joy I had while reading the original trilogy, so I'm just going to let it stay as a series DNF. But I did read at least 4 books in total, like the 3 normal books and 1 novella collection. Yeah, that was it. And then the Dial A for Auntie series by Jessie Q. Sutanto. And I've read the first book thinking it was a standalone. It wasn't. At least back then, I think it was a standalone, and then it became a series, so yeah. I've no desire to read the sequels, because the first book, it was okay. It wasn't all that for me, honestly. Like, the writing was good, as far as I can remember, the writing was good. But I don't think that the story itself was for me. Like, I think the premise is quite exciting, but it really isn't for me. And that's okay. The next series that I DNF'd is another romance series, actually. The Brown Sisters by Talia Hibbert. And I've read the first book, actually completed it, and I didn't quite like it as much as I hoped, but I did try to read the second book, but after 30-ish pages, I just didn't care. I just did not care whatsoever. I thought the premise of all of the stories were interesting, but I don't know if it's the writing or the execution of the stories, or if it's the characters that don't hit for me, but I don't know, something just doesn't hit. And I don't want to force myself to read the sequels just to finish the series, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to, be happy that I read one of the books, that I tried it, I gave it a fair chance. It wasn't for me, and that's okay. And wow, I have quite a few romance series actually, because the next series is by Jenny Han, and it's the Summer I Turned Pretty series. The thing is, with Jenny Han, I actually need to stand up. Fuck my life. Okay, so this is the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, and I've read that first back when the movie released in 16 or 18? 16 or 18? I don't know. I have no idea. I have really no idea when this movie released, but you can look it up if you want to, because I don't know and I'm not going to look it up. I quite like the series, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to try yet another series. And then I saw, oh yeah, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like, the premise, once again, cool, a summer beach house, always going there in the summer, meeting people that you only see then. I like that idea, and I like to see this in books. I read the first book, and it was quite nice actually, but then I spoiled myself and was like, nah, I don't want to read that. Because I know I wouldn't have enjoyed the second book for sure. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. So I'm not going to attempt to ever finish the series. I'm just going to say I had a nice time with the first book. That's it. I don't even know if I'm going to finish the series because I think I don't. Did I finish the first season of The Summer I Turned Pretty? I don't think so. Well, I don't watch series as much as I used to, so yeah, that's definitely a factor that's going to, well, that should be accounted. That should be accounted. I should take it into account. Whatever. I have no idea. I have no idea what am I doing. Oh my god. I'm playing with my tablet and it just did things. The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's okay. Well, I don't have any all that negative feelings about it. It's just not a series that I want to continue. Once again, romance. Wow, I have a lot of them. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Once again, I thought it was a standalone. Back when I finished the book, I think it was a standalone. Then the second book came out. I have no desire to read this. I think it would be kind of interesting, but I don't think that Colleen Hoover is for me anymore, and that's okay. And yeah, I've read Colleen Hoover when I started to get back into reading. I think that that's a fact that many people can relate to, who like stopped reading for a while and then got back into reading. I think that's quite cool that an author is like responsible for getting people back into reading. I think that's something you can be proud of. I think like she has an audience and the people who enjoy her books can enjoy her books. I have no idea what kind of person Colleen Hoover is. I just know that her writing and her books aren't for me anymore. And yeah, so I'm not going to continue. Then the Twilight series. I started the Twilight series with Midnight Sun actually. I've read Midnight Sun first and I have no idea why I did that. I think the thing is, I watched the movies back then as a kid. I never was the Twilight fan, so it was always like, oh yeah, Twilight, seen it, it's okay. Like I watched the first movie and then nothing. Sue me. By now I have watched every single movie. I have redeemed myself, I guess. So yeah. I thought someone is going to come in. Not now. Okay, great. Twilight, I started with Midnight Sun. I had my fun with it. It wasn't earth-shattering, it was just a book that I quite enjoyed. It was funny to see Edward's perspective. He's quite a yapper, because the original Twilight book is like this, and Midnight Sun is like this. Edward is a yapper. I think that's quite funny. And then after Midnight Sun, I purchased the first 2 books, started the first one, read about 20 pages and stopped. And I never picked it up again, so I just DNF'd the series and gifted the Twilight books to a friend. I have no desire to read the series, honestly. I thought, oh yeah, vampires, that's so cool. And I would like to read some vampire stuff because I really think they're fun, I guess. But yeah, no, thank you. I don't want to read Twilight. I don't know why. But that's okay. And now we're going to come to a series by one of, well, not one of my favorite authors, but I actually have a 5-star series by that author, like Stephanie Garber. The thing is, I started with Caraval first. I read the first Caraval book. I quite enjoyed it actually. Because I really liked Scarlett as a character and Julian as well. And I thought the first book was quite cool as well. I liked the magic, the intrigue, the mystery around this whole thing. But I think I spoiled myself back then quite a bit, and then many people said that the books afterwards really leaned towards Tella. And while I do like her as a character, I just like Scarlett more and would have liked to stay in her perspective, because I thought that's what's going to happen, but apparently not. And I just don't want to read the other books, and that's acceptable, I think. Yeah, so I've read the first Caraval book and did not finish the series, but that's okay, since I love Once Upon a Broken Heart. Every book was a 5-star, and yeah. Now we're going to come to a series which will be a little bit, I wouldn't say controversial, but I'm so sorry to say this. But the thing is, I have no idea why the next series is the Hunger Games. It's so embarrassing. The thing is, last year or the year before, I don't know when exactly, I've read the Hunger Games for the first time, binged the 3 books, and was like, oh yay, now I'm ready for the other books. Then I started the ballad, ballad. Now I got interrupted. Why does this always happen? Songbirds, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That's the title. I started this book, got 30 or 35% into it, and just stopped reading and never picked it up again. And now so much time has passed that I checked it as an DNF. Because right now I don't see myself finishing the ballad. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, even though I do want to finish this book someday to read Haymitch's story, Sunrise on the Reaping. But I can't see myself finishing Songbirds anytime soon. Maybe I'll pick it up this year. Maybe. No idea. But for now, The Hunger Games is a DNF, like a soft DNF, not a I'll never finish this series in my entire life. It's yeah, I didn't finish the series for now. Well, I could mark it as paused. Why did I make it as a DNF? Never mind, I had my reasons to check it as an DNF instead of paused. Maybe because I don't see myself reading Songbirds anytime soon, so yeah. It's a DNF for now, but I am going to finish the series someday. Maybe I'm going to finish Songbirds as an audiobook. Maybe that's going to help, because I think I had an issue while reading and I can't quite tell what it was, because I think I've read the original trilogy in 2 years ago, I think, at the end, like in December 2 years ago or something like this. And then I immediately started Songbirds and just didn't finish it. Well, never mind, I am going to finish it someday, but that day is not today, and it probably won't day. It's not going to be this year. I don't think so. So, the next series I quite yapped about the Hunger Games a little bit. Now we're going to discuss some classic, actually, because even though I'm not a classic girly, sad, very sad, I did finish Little Women, and I love this book. It's so cozy, it's so nice, especially like seeing these characters grow up. And I think I really love the way all of them are so different, yet all of them like understand each other on some level and just have this amazing bond. And I really love the way this book made me feel. It was a lot for me to read. I know I've read this for over a month. It is a big book, but a whole fucking month and more, that's just amazing. But yet again, it is a classic, so that's definitely that's a thing that's playing into it, because classics, I'm a slow reader, and classics, I'm reading them even slower. That's totally fine. But the thing is, I will DNF this series. Like, I thought this is a standalone as well, because everyone always only talks about this book. But apparently the children of these children have books as well, like Joe's boys, the boys. I have no idea what the titles are, but I know there are other books. And I have no desire to read them. Like, I've read the story and I'm done. I'm done. I like it. I really like it. The characters, everything. But I don't want to continue reading about bad children. Usually I would like that. But no. No. Because I know the stories are this long as well. And I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I'm failing at reading a 250 pages classic book. No. I'm not going... No. Definitely not. Not going to continue this. Okay. Another series. The Fly Girls series by Ashley Wood Folk. I have no idea why I'm never going to finish the series, but I just know I won't. Because I read the first book quite fast, because it's only 144 pages. Every book in the series is 144 pages, so it would be great for like boosting a reading goal at the end of the year or something like that. But I had this on my TBR for so long and I never read the books, and I don't think I will. I think I just don't gravitate towards this series, and that's totally fine. Like 144 pages, I don't care for the characters at all. Like, it was a fun, nice story. It was nice, but that's all it was for me. So I read the first book and I'm totally fine with never finishing it. Okay, and then the Artifacts of Uranus series by Nisha J. Tooley. Oh, what was the title? Artifacts of... Trial of the Sun Queen. I thought the premise was nice, but I read 44 pages and dnf'd it. And why did I dnf it? I have my dnf page here. Trial of the Sun Queen. Yeah, it just didn't hit for me. That's all I wrote for Trial of the Sun Queen. Yeah, it didn't hit. I had expectations. These expectations were not met, and I just don't want to try to commit to a series that I don't care for. And I do not care for Artifacts of Uranus, and I didn't even care enough to finish the first book, so that's a no for me. Now I'm going to talk about the last series I have decided to DNF. I think over the years there were some series that I DNF'd that are not in this list, and I have no way of ever knowing how many series I DNF'd all in all. Like, since I started doing my spreadsheets, yes, I have this series in this list, but yeah, no, that's... I have no idea how many in total there are, because I can't reverse time and redo my list, or like start my list earlier. And now I'm going to talk about the Crimson Moth series by Kirsten Cesarelli. I don't even know if it's the Crimson Moth series. That's the book. I think this book looks actually gorgeous, and I know the sequel looks gorgeous as well. The premise is that a witch gets hunted by a witch hunter, and these two have a romance going on. I think that's a very cool premise. I had high expectations for this too because many people also liked it, and it was the first fantasy which, I don't know, had something really new for me. Like, it was witches. I haven't read all that much about witches, so that was nice. And I really liked the fantasy aspect of the book. I like the way they're using blood for the magic, and how the main character isn't immediately good at everything. Like, she has her limits and knows that she has her limits, and is like not the best witch that ever exists. And I like this very much, and I wish that I would get this more from other series. And I enjoyed Rune, the main character, which is a witch. I enjoyed her character because, like, she's a socialite by day and like the Crimson Moth by night, saving witches that are, well, getting hunted and executed. And in her daily life, she's pretending that she's a stupid little girly which gossips for fun, and at night, like, she's doing all these kind of crazy things. This was a part that I enjoyed, but I don't know why. I just don't care. I just don't care about this book, about the characters, about the series. I don't care for the romance either. Like Gideon and Rune, normally I would think, oh yeah, I would eat this up, but I just didn't care. I didn't care for a single thing. I didn't care for a single character, for a single motivation in this book. I did not care. The only thing I really liked was the magic, the writing, the way that the character was built up. Like, I liked that she was supposed to be a dumb socialite by day and something else by night. That's a thing I just enjoy. And that she pretended that she was dumb, that was really fun. But I just didn't care for the characters. Like, every other character, I was like, oh yeah, I don't care. I don't fucking care what happens to you. And some things did happen at some point or another, and I just didn't care. I read this and was like, oh yeah. And now? Am I supposed to care? So that's that. I really wish I would have liked this more than I did, because there are only 2 books. And it would be so easy to finish the series because only 1 book left, but I just don't care. I don't want to know what's going to happen to the characters. I don't care what's going to happen to the world. I just don't care. And that's my take on this, sadly. It has its good elements, like they were good for me, good enough for me. I don't know if it's going to be good for more seasoned fantasy readers. For me, it was quite nice, but I don't care. The romance didn't hit for me either, so it's okay. I'm going to live with that, because I think I'm also going to unhaul this book, because I'm not going to buy the second one if I'm not reading it, and maybe another person could have much more fun with this book than I do, so I think I will go to a little free library and like these little library boxes, these things, these little library things, these boxes where you can put books and other people can take them for free. Free little library, you know. I'm going to like put this in one of these things and maybe someone else will enjoy this book much more than I did. I think it was a 4-star or something. It wasn't bad at all. I just don't care. And I did not think I would yap 40 minutes. I thought that's going to be a 25 minutes affair, but apparently I can't really limit myself when it comes to talking about books. And I think I'm going to have to live with that. But I think that's all for now. I yapped about all the series that I DNF'd, and if you think I should give one of these series another chance, other than the Hunger Games series, which is a soft DNF, I will continue reading the series someday. But it's not going to be soon, so I'm sorry for that. Please don't cancel me. But I am trying my best. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it. If there's any series that I am wrong about, like if you say, oh yeah, no, the Carrot's Curse series is so good, let me know. I will not read it. Like, I will not read the books, but I will read if someone would write it in the comments, so everyone can have their own opinions. I know that many people like the Hunger Games, and I like the Hunger Games too, and I quite like the characters as well, but I think I need to read Songbirds as an audiobook, otherwise I'm not going to finish the series. It is what it is, and I think I should stop yapping because this is getting out of hand, and I'm going to say bye-bye, and I hope you're all going to have a really nice day. And once again, I yapped way too much. Bye-bye. Why does this always happen?